Minimax final here at Glan-y-Gors Park for drivers from 11 years of age. It's Jamie Day and Kai Hunter on the front row of the grid from Tom Adams and Lewis Gilbert, with Ben Casey, Jacob McComb and Dyraf Kindi. It's going to be an interesting one here at GYG. Minimax always very exciting around the Welsh circuit. So let's see how we crack underway. And it's a good start off the green already. Let's see how we go through the first corner. Little bit of jostling over the curbs, but nice and clean as we go up the hill for the first time. Last time out, Tom Adams was your race winner. He's currently running in second position as they go up the hill. There he is in the 17, chasing down our race leader, Jamie Day. But the championship leader at the moment is the man running in fourth position, I believe, at the moment. Lewis Gilbert is running in P4, but it's Jamie Day who leads the way from Tom Adams as they go down out of the double left-hand apex up to the compression complex. Here we go, Kai Hunter running in third position, trying to get himself onto the top stop. And I tell you what, Kai Hunter has been really strong in this middle part of the season. He's been a real tyke as he works his way through the field, trying off very incredible moves. Up the inside, though, there goes Lewis Gilbert to move up into third position. He takes another place, and that's definitely going to help his championship campaign.
Kai Hunter was the championship leader earlier in the season, but Gilbert has now established that position. It's still close, though, at the front. Kai Hunter has got a very low score to drop. All the drivers can drop their worst score of the season. It's a little bit like Formula One used to be before Formula One decided it's too complicated for the fans and the viewers to follow. We've still got that situation in the Super 1 British Karting Championships, though. And Kai Hunter has got a very low score he's got to drop. And if he can have a decent couple of final rounds, it could bring him back into contention. That's the championship leader now through to second, Jake.
Yep, Lewis Gilbert makes the move on the final turn on Tom Adams, so up to second place he goes. Just behind these guys, by the way, we've got Ben Casey in fifth position. Jacob McComb is sixth in front of Dyraf Kindi. So there is the battle a little bit further behind them, but these leading four are trying to break away clear. Lewis Gilbert, having been fourth position initially, now has worked his way past Kai Hunter, past Tom Adams, now getting onto the back of Jamie Day in the KR Sport Machine. Has he got the opportunity to work his way into the lead? It's Lewis Gilbert, so you can bet he is not going to give up. He's going to push all the way to the bitter end, and he has really got himself into a fine rhythm here in Minimax in 2017, and this is a good championship to win. You'll have this on your toes forever. Up the inside, nice move there as back onto the inside. Up into third position again comes Kai Hunter as he makes his way through now past Tom Adams.
So Lewis Gilbert now the meat in a KR Sport sandwich. You've got Jamie Day out front.
Look, Gilbert's trying.
Gilbert's got him up the inside, does he? No! Tries up the inside, has a look, but gets squeezed out of it. So it's still Day that leads it then. From Gilbert in second, then Hunter.
Well defended, though, by Jamie Day. When Lewis Gilbert's on the warpath, it's really difficult to hold station. But meanwhile, Ben Casey is being caught rapidly by Jacob McComb. Just behind these four, you can see those two squabbling away. Dyraf Kindi needs to keep up the speed because he might get an opportunity for the top five here if those two have a tangle. But these four getting very close together. Gilbert unable to get past Jamie Day, and that is bringing the battle behind them of Kai Hunter and Tom Adams into the warpath as they come out of turn one, up the hill. So fast at this point of the circuit. You've got to time it right when you get back onto the inside line. This is a good run from Gilbert. Can he throw it up the inside? Yes, he's going to squeeze through. Beautifully done from Lewis Gilbert. That was an amazing textbook pass.
Kai Hunter had a look at his teammate but backed out of it, thought better of it. Look at this. Only 7 in this, but how great is this race? 4 of them battling up now through the compression complex. 3 right-handers. That was the first one. This is the second one. Down into the third right-hander. Now we're into the left-hand hairpin, which will drop away into the right-hand devil's elbow. The track drops away there. Really drops your ribs onto the corner of your seat. It's an absolute rib cruncher. Really painful. If you're not wearing a rib tech around here, beware.
Yeah, I've known drivers race around this place, get out at the end of a weekend and drive home with cracked ribs as a result of just how intense it is. Looking up the inside, Lewis Gilbert almost lost the place there again to Jamie Day, who tried to repeat the same move on Lewis. He wasn't quite close enough to make the move there, but it's really difficult to get that little bit of a gap on the inside line. You've got to throw it up the inside with enough conviction to know that the kart isn't going to slide into the side pod of the kart in front. It's a really tricky move to pull off, and Lewis Gilbert, plenty of conviction and confidence, has been able to make that move stick. Meanwhile, further back, this is good good work actually from Diraf Kindi to hold on to the back of the Ben Casely, Jacob McComb squabble. He's not falling behind them, and he really can't afford to. He needs to keep up with them as much as he can so that this becomes a three-way battle, and he might get himself a chance at the top 5. But look, the KR Sport Karts are starting gradually to drop the Coles Racing driver Tom Adams. He needs to get back on the power quickly, allow these guys to squabble, but stay in the hunt. The Coles Racing driver still has a chance of a podium here. He cannot afford to let these three get too far ahead.
Still close enough though, Jake.
And a move further back, a move further back as Jacob McComb makes the move on the inside of Ben Casely. Finally, he gets through up into P5. So that battle is really starting to intensify as well. But Lewis Gilbert hanging on from Jamie Day. Tom Adams now behind Kai Hunter. Here goes Hunter having a look, not quite. Oh, that's held him up.
I was just going to say, Tom Adams was the winner last time out. He's going to be looking for at least a podium here, certainly close enough. 220 metres uphill, and then watch this. You just see a little rise there. The engines will drop 500 revs over that rise. They'll still be flat out on the throttle, but the revs do drop off 500 revs just as the incline sort of through the right-hander there at turn 2 changes the angle of the track at that point. So 500 revs is what you lose, even though you are still flat on the throttle. Through the compression complex, down through Devil's Elbow. Now that's where the track drops away. Down to Paddock Bend, the right-hander, the final turn on the track. And then it's 220 metres from that apex there to the apex up at turn 2. And you can see how the track rises. It's on a constant rise, and then through that right-hander there, just that little incline. And it is blind, that brow as well, Jake. You go through that flat out, you cannot see the other side of the brow as you go into it. It's only as you crest that brow do you see the track opening up in front of you. You're hoping, taking your life in your hands almost, that nobody's gone off, crashed there, and is sitting in the middle of the track.
You're absolutely right. I've walked this track a few times myself, and it really is deceptive just how steep it is at various points. You saw there through Devil's Elbows. Up the inside, Kai Hunter makes the move on his teammate Jamie Day. He said, right, you can't get him. I'm going to go for him. And there too goes Tom Adams. He goes through in a 3rd position. Jamie Day goes from 2nd to 4th in a heartbeat, but look at what that's done. That's opened up the gap to the race leader, Lewis Gilbert. So now Kai Hunter is going to have to be on his A game to try and close up on the leader, but we're just watching them come back up the hill. Now watch down the drop. This is actually a lot steeper than it gives you credit for. You wind through the double left-hand apex, you climb back up once again, and watch Jamie Day as he gets back onto the tail of Tom Adams. You climb back, but then through the compression complex, through the first part of the apex, you start the descent. In the 3rd apex, look, it just suddenly drops, and then through Devil's Elbow, watch, the kart just drops, and look at the movement of the chassis through that right-hander. It is a real rib fest. You've really got to be very careful how you set the kart up in these conditions.
From this straight here, the start-finish straight, to the spoon right at the top of the circuit, the elevation change, Jake, is around about, I think it's 22 feet, something like that, from this point here to the bottom of the circuit. And from this angle, you can see, from this camera angle, you can see just how steep. You pretty much see from the camera there how steep that hill is. It is very steep, that hill. But from the top to the bottom of the circuit, it's around a 22 feet elevation change. There's no circuit in the UK that's got elevation changes like Glan-y-Gors Park, and it is, I've said it before, I'll say it again, the most beautiful circuit on the planet, bar none, in my opinion, of course. If you know of one that's more beautiful than this, let me know, but nobody ever has.
22 feet, it's incredible, isn't it? That's nearly 4 Lewis Hamiltons as they go up the hill. Here's the battle for 5th position still. Now Ben Casely's got himself back in front of Jacob McComb, with still Diraf Kindi trying to close up on them in 7th position. And amazing that even in this grid of only 7 karts, there is still action and there is still an intensive battle. What is it the Australians say? You can make a great sport out of 2 flies running up a wall. Well, these guys are putting on a magnificent show, even though there's only 7 of them in Minimax on this round of the championship. But the grid is growing. We've seen smaller than this year, so there are more drivers coming in. Of course, Minimax, a very competitive championship to be involved with. It's been a bit disappointing to see the numbers drop off in 2017, but it's still a quality class.
Yes, unfortunately, TV coverage requires something more than 7 on the grid, but it's still a fantastic race for our online TV channel, which is rapidly approaching 3 million views now. And we've had a lot of views in the last couple of weeks with a few things that have been going on. And I'm sure everybody watching this will be enjoying this battle.
Especially now Kai Hunter's reeling in the leader. Have you seen how the gap is getting smaller? Lewis Gilbert is actually no longer in charge of this race in quite the same fashion he was in before. So Kai Hunter has reeled in. What is that? A 7-kart deficit. He has caught him up.
He has, but I tell you what, Jake, Adams is fancying the job here, isn't he? One last time, he's getting that much closer there in third place. They're beginning to drop. Jamie Day now in fourth. Jamie just struggling to hold on.
Lewis is really starting to look over his shoulder now. Lewis Gilbert has suddenly realised that Kai Hunter is right there. And to be fair, Kai Hunter has not been this close to Lewis Gilbert since the start. So he doesn't really know where Kai Hunter is going to try the attack. So he's got to be a little bit vulnerable at this point in the race. Tom Adams will be watching every move that Kai Hunter makes on Lewis Gilbert, and he'll be adapting. He'll be learning where he's going to try and make the move and where he can springboard him. Gilbert, look, hugging that inside line. He's defending. He's not trying to get away.
Adams is trying to stay close enough to Hunter so that when Hunter makes the move for the lead, if he does, then he can go with him. That's exactly what his plan is. If not, if he doesn't make the move soon enough and he gives him half a chance, Adams will be in there like a rat up a drain pipe. He'll be right up the inside of Kai Hunter. If Hunter doesn't go, he will think, you know what, if you can't make the move, I'm going to have to make the move on you. Turn third into second and then give myself a chance for the win. But Hunter still fancies it, doesn't he?
Well,
he just can't find a way past.
Gilbert is absolutely staple gunning his kart to the inside line. I wonder if he brought one in with him in the race suit, because he is absolutely marching to that inside apex every single corner. Don't even think about it, Sunshine. I'm not going to let you through. This kart is not wide enough for two to go side by side. Not when I'm driving it. Through turn one, up the hill. Kai Hunter still reeling him in. Whatever you do, Lewis, don't look over your shoulder. Forget about him. No, you did look behind him. Stop it. You just want to focus on what's going on in front of you. But look at that. Again, deliberately to the apex.
That is definitely a very narrow line. This circuit is very difficult to overtake on at the best of times. And if somebody decides that they're just going to drive a very defensive line around this circuit, it is super difficult to overtake. It's already a difficult track to overtake on, even more so if they're driving that defensive line. Let's have a look. Not so. Still at the middle of the track, though, so not giving anything away, is he?
And now look who's joined the party again. Jamie Day at the back of the queue thinks, go on, boys, have a shindig. I'm going to pick up some good pieces here as we go into the last lap. Now, Lewis Gilbert has got a good advantage on Kai Hunter. The fastest man on the track is Tom Adams. He's got a kart length in hand. Now, if Kai Hunter's going to get through, he's going to have to throw it up the inside. He doesn't have the time to do it. Tom Adams uses a little bit too much curb on the exit. He's got to now defend himself from Jamie Day to hang on to that third position. His chance of victory's gone. So now it's up to Kai Hunter. Can he get on the inside of Lewis Gilbert through the compression? He won't on the first apex. He won't on the second. He's going to have to wait now for Devil's Elbow, and it's going to need to be a kamikaze move into the left-hander. Come on, Kai. Can you do it? No, it's not going to happen. Lewis Gilbert's going to hang on to this right the way to the flag. A beautiful defensive drive from Lewis Gilbert. The championship leader takes the win at Glan-y-Gors Park. It's a great victory. Kai Hunter second, third position for Tom Adams, and fourth for Jamie Day. Brilliant race from them. And even though there's a few of them on the grid, an absolutely brilliant battle. And look at these guys across the line. Absolutely nose to tail for fifth position as well, with Ben Casey beating Jacob McComb and Kindi. But it's Gilbert who wins from Hunter, Adams and Jamie Day. Well done to the championship leader.
Lewis, small grid, but fantastic race. Very close between the four of you. You just come out on top in the end. Just talk us through the race, though, from your point of view.
Yeah, in the start, I was starting fourth, but I didn't have the best of starts. So they got a gap to me, so I caught up. And then I passed them all, and I just led from there on there. Okay, how's the championship looking now from your point of view again? Yeah, I'm leading it now, so yeah, enjoying it. So good points haul this weekend. Two win heats, so that's good for the points. Who do you want to thank for your win? I'd like to thank my dad and my mum for supporting me and persistence, and Dan Brown and my mechanic Jay. Thanks.
Great work from Lewis Gilbert today, and he continues to lead the championship from Tom Adams, with Kai Hunter and Ben Casey giving chase, with Jamie Day doing well despite his limited running.